leadership. It is leadership that motivates and elevates that team to high performance. It is leadership that is required in order to have that interwoven depth that only exists in teamwork. Who is responsible for leadership? Is it the division manager, the department manager? Is the individual team member? Who is it? Perhaps everyone should be somewhat responsible. However, usually there's one person that stands out that really takes a leadership role and drives that team forward. Today, I want you to, I'm talking about team gems, and so I'm going to help you understand about something about the why of a high-performing team and the how of a high-performing team. There was a special report that appeared in Forbes. It was done by Deloitte Consulting. This involved 7,000 executives from 130 different countries. What this report showed was that 89% of these executives said that what was the most important for them was organizational design through teams. This means that teams are more important now than ever before. Today, I'm just going to talk a little bit about the why and the how of teamwork, and I'm going to talk about a couple of examples that will hopefully illustrate this. Why do high-performing teams exist? One of the main reasons they exist is that each individual team member is aligned with the team's goals and with the organization's goals. They're all congruent. And when you have that, you have teamwork that's just incredible resulting from that. How do you have a high-performing team? How is it possible? It's possible because you have continuous, open communication, and the team is able to discuss things and resolve conflicts. They're able to relate to each other well. That's really at the center of what's important for a high-performing team. These two examples that I'm going to talk about today happened a long time ago. However, I still think they illustrate these points pretty well. Both of these examples have to do with penicillin. We all know penicillin is a wonder drug. It's absolutely a drug that has saved many, many lives, but it didn't always exist. The first thing that was done about it happened in 1928. You probably are very well aware about Alexander Fleming being the person that identified penicillin as being promising. Everyone's heard of him, correct? However, he just came up with the idea. It was really Howard Florey. He was at Oxford University in Britain, and he had this team of scientists. This was at a time when working as a team was very uncommon. However, the reason he did it was that in order to get this to happen, he needed a lot of different disciplines involved in this. One of the key people that worked on his team is Ernest Chain. And Ernest Chain, the contribution that he made is that he did some research in technical journals, and he saw the research that Alexander Fleming did. This was many years later. It's crazy. However, he's the guy that went to Howard Florey and said, this is what we need to do. Well, things didn't move along too much until May 25 of 1940, and then at that point they did an experiment. They had 8 mice. 4 of them had streptococci bacteria. 4 of them had penicillin, and 4 of them didn't. The next morning, the 4 that had the penicillin were still alive, and the others were dead. This was the first step along the way. There was some research. There was a man that had a rose thorn that he got. He pricked himself with a rose thorn. He was one of the first people that they experimented on with penicillin, and they gave him some penicillin, and he got better. However, what happened was they did not have enough of it still sitting around, so they did not have enough time to make more before he died. That was really unfortunate. I should tell you a little bit about this penicillin, about how it went in the early days. It was a situation where there was a lot of contamination. I mean, they used like crude equipment, and then they tried other equipment, and I mean, they tried a lot of different things to make it, but it had a lot of contamination, and the yields were really low. They had like, 1 part in 2,000 to begin with that they had to use, and anyway, it was just really low. Anyway, eventually, this team that was led by Howard Florey came to the point where they knew that this was a promising drug, and they knew that it was going to work to cure a lot of disease. World War II was happening, and what happened to the soldiers? Well, think about what happened in the Civil War. If one of their legs got injured or something, guess what happened then? If the person was to live, they got a saw and they sawed it off. Not fun, right? So penicillin had the promise of helping a lot of World War II vets to keep their limbs and get over injuries that otherwise they would not be able to. It was not possible, because of the war, for Howard Florey to carry this any further in Britain. So he got on an airplane that was black. It was top secret. I mean, they made it so that he could travel at night and get over to the U.S. in secret. And he went to the Department of Agriculture here in the U.S. He worked with them. They had a lot of some kind of corn liquid or something that they wanted to do something with. And he worked with them. So this is the second part. The second team effort was about commercializing penicillin. So first it had to be developed to the point that they knew there was something that existed. Then it had to be actually turned into a product that could be mass produced. At this point, when he got going on that, the 2 people that were really key in that was Jasper Kane. He was a young man. He joined Pfizer at age 16, and the other man's name was John McKean. Kane was a chemist, and John McKean was a chemical engineer. And they got it to the point where they were able to make four parts per 10,000 parts broth, which was better than they had been doing. They really did work as a team. They had the wine. they were all really committed to this. It was their purpose, and they meant to do it. It was their intention. And they had the how. They had a lot of communication. There were a lot of bugs to work out. This was a very temperamental type of product, penicillin. Not only that, but Pfizer had to really make a decision about whether they were going to produce it or not. Because if they did, that meant, like a lost opportunity. They had to, in the beginning at least, decide they're going to make penicillin and not something else that they already were able to do for certain. Well, that was another thing. These two examples, even though they're from a long time ago, show that when you have teamwork and you have you're driven by a goal that's important, you can do miraculous things like develop penicillin and mass produce it. This was able to save many, many lives in World War II. Remember to include in your teams the why. Make sure everybody's aligned towards a meaningful goal. And the how, which is open, continuous communication. When you do this, your team will be unstoppable.